All right, hello, hello, hello. Oop, microphone was acting weird there. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Just want to make sure that it is possible. Like you guys can, can you hear me? That's my phone, buddy. We're not gonna mess with Daddy's phone. All right, all good. Thank you, Debbie. All right, yeah. Sorry for a little bit of a late start today. I think everybody in the family is trying to get sick before Christmas. All right, so Melissa's homesick today. She woke up. I guess actually from yesterday. So I had Reese and Jin home yesterday, right? I had Reese and Jin home yesterday, and today Jin went back, right? Jin went back today, but Melissa is now home. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Lots of fun. What are you eating there, Mr. Kip? But yeah, so still got Kipster. So Kipster's going to be with me today, even though Melissa's home. And he's a snotty boy too. So yeah, I'm going to whether put myself in a bubble or I've already gone through whatever is going to happen. So yeah, fun, and more fun. So we'll do the best we can with it today. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy as far as movement goes. Yeah, talked about dollar weakness coming in today. And again, today and tomorrow, potentially with the data. The CPI data came in less than expected. Still positive. But again, people will see this and be like, oh, that's it. We've peaked. We're done. Again, they always said that we'd peak, even though, again, it is 7% higher than what it was last year. But again, great that it is lower. So, these are all things that should be, I don't want to say celebrated because that's kind of the wrong word for it, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say here, right? These are all good things. It's not bad. I wish gas prices would come down more, not go the other direction. But it is what it is. Whoop. Hold on. Kipser, you're all right. Hey, that's why we don't stand on boxes. You're okay. Good. Put your feet up. There we go. Here we go. Yeah. So obviously, because of that, we have massive dollar movement. And again, European session kind of gave us a little bit of a telltale sign, not as much as it could have been. But overall, it's pretty decent. So you're looking at the 24-hour pip changes, and a lot of this has really kind of occurred in the last hour or so. Again, the 130, 192, big movement here in the pound yen. Dollar Swiss obviously down. Dollar CAD obviously down. Again, retracing back up a bit now. Aussie dollar, again, up big. We talked about how this would be the way to play it. And again, this one, although this setup wasn't the best, it didn't disappoint as far as movement goes. So that was good. Euro pound, you're seeing a little pound strength roll back into the market, down 32. And then pound yen, you're like, wait a second, what the heck's going on? Why is the pound yen this? Well, again, a little strength coming in on the pound side and a little bit of yen strength coming in all at the same time. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, again, where does that leave us today? Right now, again, I think we're going to be hearing about this all day. It's like, oh, is the Fed, is that it? Is the Fed slowing it down? Are we done? They're still raising interest rates tomorrow. I don't think it changes too much, just because of the warnings that they have given us that, they're going to go beyond, beyond what they were supposed to, or not supposed to, but like beyond what neutral is. So I still think that we still raise in the same manner. Maybe they slow it down a little bit to appease everybody. I mean, it is Christmas, so it's kind of a, it's the holiday season. I can't say Christmas, I walked into my sister's or my daughter's daycare, and they're like, here's her Hanukkah present. I was like, oh, were we supposed to do that? So I could be in, I don't know. I feel like I could be in, the doghouse for the school today because, I'm like, was I supposed to bring Hanukkah presents? I know nothing of Hanukkah. Sorry. So we'll see. And then we have low speaking tonight. So with all this movement, again, could we get the same type of weakness tonight and see a complete reversal in the Aussie yen, or I'm sorry, the Aussie dollar? And I think it's probably a high probability. So, big question is now, what does that do for the rest of today? And then what does it do for tomorrow? All right. Tomorrow morning, we know early on, we start with the pound, right? And the pound is getting their CPI data. Now, it's expected to tick back. I don't know that I'd be like super excited about, 10.9. I mean, I guess you could be cheerful, like, look, it's starting to work. Everything's only 10.9%. It probably, again, last time it was a little bit higher. It probably doesn't miss. It's probably okay this time. So, you know, I think that'll help us a little bit. And then all eyes are literally going to be sitting there looking at that FOMC projections. What are they going to do? Are they going to raise 0.5? Pretty much guaranteed it's 0.5. Are they going to hold at 0.5 or are they going to go higher? That is the big question that is on many people's minds. So, you know, I've kind of said my opinion on the matter. I think without a doubt, I think they raise again. I don't know that they do a 0.25. I think they do a 0.5, 0.5, or maybe they do a 0.25, 0.25. I think that's fine too. I think there can't be a pause. I think it's, whoops. I think there's no reason to actually start to pause it yet, but we're going to hear more about that context tomorrow and figure out, really what is. What are you doing with the cord? Sorry, I was getting a lag spike there, and I was like, "What is he doing?" That's again, we're gonna start preparing for that one, and then again, we have the press conference, get some surprises. We get GDP quarter over quarter basis again for New Zealand. Again, positive. We'll see where that goes, and then Aussie tomorrow night. So again, Aussie today, Aussie tomorrow. So 2 days in a row of nice Aussie moves. All right. So as far as other content out there, right? It's funny, right? China is bracing for a massive COVID outbreak on faster reopening. Now, I think this is a very important factor to be kind of brought up. Again, I don't think anybody doubts that they're going to have a lot of people. The question is, again, even when people had Omicron here, we still stayed home, right? We still stayed home. It wasn't like, we were like sidelined for like 2 weeks, but we still had this. All right, you got COVID? Great. Stay at home, right? So what will this look like as far as supply chain disruptions going forward? I think that's the big question. Now, it's only considered a medium release or like a low release. I think that's kind of I think they're off base for this one. I think this should be a much bigger deal than we're talking about. It's great that we think inflation is done right now, and they'll use every excuse in the world to say that, hey, listen, our inflation's cured, right? We're done. Well, if we have supply chain disruptions again, because that was originally what started it, will those Chinese supply disruptions help raise inflation again? And what could that potentially do? And, will people be on the Fed that they stopped too early based off of Chinese data? So, yeah, I think that's something that should definitely be taken into consideration. And I think we'll hear more about it tomorrow. I'm sure that the FOMC is looking at that. Question is, do they mention it, and are they going to put some more credence into it? So that's kind of what I'm looking for as far as that goes. As far as everything else, it's always a great one. Stands at negative 23.3, right? Germany is like a vast majority of financial market experts expect the inflation rate to decline in the coming months, lead to significant improvement in economic outlook, right? Hopefully, right? Everybody's hoping that that's going to be good. So again, better than expected, or better for the European currency, but still not great. Still not great. All right, so with that, let's go over and start playing with the markets. All right, so let's go over here to the VIX. All right, so you can see a lot of run up. CPI, watch it tomorrow. CPI, data's out, boom, straight through the floor. And again, part of that is because everything is deep in the green. Why is it deep in the green? Very simply, because again, it looks like what the Fed has is working. That means that they should probably not raise, they're not going to raise forever. And again, the market is very much on this. That's it. It's working. Don't raise it anymore. Don't raise it anymore. Because remember, the market does not want them to raise rates, right? Because it's considered, not as great for business. So, again, not necessarily surprised that it is down. Now, look at the dollar. Yeah, looking at this one, you can see what's happening, right? Big move down. Why? For the same reasons we just talked about, right? And again, look at the European session. It was funny. The European session opened here, kind of forced it back up again into these sellers, and then it just started to deteriorate. It's kind of like at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, kind of like they knew, right? Like, no, that's going to be weak dollar, and they wanted to be in here because they wanted to sell high, right? So again, a little push up, sold, and then just kind of followed it through. So right now, a lot of these fib moves, and again, we don't need this one. Let's see, hold on. Let me pull this down. I'm going to pull it see for pullbacks. Yeah, same level. Don't need this, don't need this, don't need this. We will pull that across. Let's take this. Let's box that little area off, probably right there. All right. Put that there. And again, we're not trading, obviously, the Dixie on this one, but again, it is a chart we're looking for. So, parabolic move down. Now, the question is, will this continue to push back up again? And I think the way that it's set right now, they are definitely raising interest rates tomorrow. It's not like you're going to say, hey, listen, based off CPI yesterday, that's it, we're done. Just kidding, guys, we're not raising interest rates. I don't think that's happened. So, I think this does give us the potential for the market to kind of reinflate itself today and give us strength coming back in again. We're seeing a base here at the bottom. And remember, we tend to see more dollar strength in the U.S.-based session. So I think there is probably a bit reversal opportunity in this one. Are we going to get a full parabolic retracement move? I don't know. If we do, then we'd absolutely go short tomorrow. But I would say right now the market's going to prepare for tomorrow and be like, yeah, they're only going to do 50 and that's it. Or they're going to surprise us with 25, right? Put it this way. The chance of them surprising with 75 is slim to none, right? They're not surprising with 75 tomorrow. I would say there's probably a 99.9% chance that there's definitely not doing they're not doing the 75. I think it's pretty much 50 either way. They've told us it's going to be 50. There's no reason to change it from 50. So far the data is fine, right? So I think, again, if we can fully retrace, then we get short tomorrow. If not, if we can hold low, I think we have the potential of running this back up again tomorrow. Obviously, with a weak dollar, all the indices are deep in the green. All the commodities deep in the green. And again, look at gold. Gold up 2%, silver up 3%. Why? Because again, that's considered a very weak number, right? Not raising interest rates, that means inflation continue to grow, right? And that's what we're looking at. So the concerning thing about this, though, is oil up once again, right? Oil up once again. And then natural gas, 8% increase, right? 8% increase up today. So, yeah, it's kind of not what we want to see for natural gas, right? It's not what we're looking for. So, yeah, not loving it. But gold and silver both up. All right, let's go to the prices. So, all right, we were looking for 68 for news. We didn't make it up there, right? We kind of held, we pushed down again, and then they started to take off. And you can see right at 8 o'clock, magically spiked down to a level and then took off. So we knew it was going to be big. We had originally drawn this for a pop. We were looking for it to come much lower. It's 100% justified in its movement. I mean, we can run this back up again if you want to get some additional fibs. We can take this level off. This level has been busted. The next big level we have up top is up here at 69.06. This is an old level as well. We can take this one off. I would expect some type of a parabolic retracement. Again, this is a lot of movement very, very fast. And again, do it from the bottom of the move. You're talking about 138 pips. So, 1.5 times its daily ATR. We should see a roll. Question is, will we push this a little bit farther and then pull that 1030 reversal? I think that's probably decent. But the 68, again, that we were going to use that for news. It wasn't there. It was only sitting down here. If anything, it drove up before the news. It drove straight down right before the news came out. Kind of like they knew what was going to happen. And that's kind of sketchy. Let's drop that down. It's funny. You guys know those memes, guys and girls. You know those memes? It's like, tell me you're this without telling me you're this. Tell me that somebody didn't know the data when at 825, the price shot all the way back down into a level just to take off again. Right? Tell me somebody didn't know the data ahead of time without telling me that somebody knew the data ahead of time. 5 minutes before, right? All right. So, all kidding aside, I think this one, again, I think 69.07 is a decent level to turn. If we can get it at 1030, that makes a lot of sense. Again, they are still raising interest rates tomorrow. That's not going to change. And again, I think it should provide some, a reversal opportunity here. I don't know if we can hold it, though. If we can hold it up here, absolutely, I think it's a drop. But again, we know we have Australian news tonight. If this one holds and maintains up here at the 69, this could be a short tonight for Australian data, basically saying that they feel that they are done with their interest rate rises. That could be considered extremely weak for the Aussie, and that could lead this tumbling all the way back to the downside. So Yeah, I mean it's there's plenty in there. So let's go do Aussie yen. Oops, I want to move that. All right, so yesterday we were sitting right in here. And we talked about this level. We hit it again. 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 It's like how many times you want to hit it? Say, before it's like, yep, probably not the best idea. It's already kind of pushed out. It's already had its opportunities, right? And again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Anything positive in here, you should have been stopped out at break even or kind of bank some. I think we talked about trailing this yesterday. We haven't really changed trajectory. We're kind of still in that same area, but we're going to pull this off because this zone has been hit way too many times at this point. Obviously, again, a little bit of movement. I kind of want this one to rally just a bit higher. I don't like any of this. Ugh. It's only 14. I don't really love the top of this one. Let's see if we can find something. I don't really love most of the tops in here. Let me get this tested. 60. Hmm. Bit of a run. Kind of hoping that if we could reinflate this one back up again before news, that could be a nice little shorting opportunity tonight for that Aussie data, right? For low speaking. I feel like it's just a little bit too far though. Um, hmm. Kind of rough one. I'd like this to go up today. What is he speaking? What 5:30 p.m. So right there. I wish this was a better candle. Yeah, I'd like to see how this one moves. Yeah, if we can get this one to kind of, you know, if we can get this one to push just a bit more, I think there's probably a selling opportunity in here. Maybe somewhere up around the 39 or the 93.50 ish area. Where are we at? 93.50. Yeah, like somewhere around in here. If we can get up there for news tonight, or when low speaks, I feel like there's a short trade in there. Again, the next 2 days for Australian data, I would like to be short both times. I think both of these are shorting opportunities um, for the currency pair. So again, it's all right. I just wish we had a little bit better of a setup. Euro dollar, again, no surprise. There was a trade from yesterday. You were out by 12:30. So again, that one was there. And again, with the touch 1, 2, and 3, right? Boom, boom, boom. There's 3. We're no longer interested in the short. You can see it came down the profit target that we drew yesterday. You can see we literally bounced right off the profit target at about 2 p.m. in the afternoon. After that time, we just kind of rallied. Now, it did stop and slow down. We had talked about getting short dollar before any of the news this week. This one, unfortunately, didn't give us a great little pullback. There was a little bit of a pullback at like 8 o'clock down into that zone, but it would have been nicer if it was down here. But again, one of those ones where it's a huge move, right? We're talking about 140 pips right off that level. And we ended up going right through the top, which again, it's not really designed for news. So, yeah, I would say look for a top right now. Let's pull this. We don't need that anymore. Where's the pullback? Let's see. I'm gonna go from here. I want to kind of see the 61. 106.80. Let's see here. Yeah, that's what we're messing with right now. And again, choppy zone, a little bit of confirmation on it, but that's what we're dealing with right now. Um, hmm. All right. Yeah, I think this one's probably due to reverse. It's got about 90 pips to go to the downside. That could be the decent top that we're looking for. Again, this is that old level that we're kind of bouncing off of. This could be what the level looks like if we get the right kind of pullback, right? It's got plenty of room to run to the downside, right? And again, I'm just using it right now. We don't have a confirmation, so this is not like that's it, go. 1 to 3 is sitting right there. That's 3.01. Profit target should be taken out on this one, approximately right there, which just happens to be the 50% retracement level. So I think it is a decent short. I'd like to see a little bit of a pullback to it and then just kind of continue to deteriorate back to the downside. So it's kind of set up. Yeah, it's kind of the best we got with this one right now. Like I said, I was really hoping this was going to pull back, and it didn't. I actually had an alert right below this. I'm like, please pull back, and it didn't. So this one left without me. The train left the station. Sorry. I need the Harry Potter car. So yeah, euro pound. All right. So talking about a confirmation check here, and again, we hit. These are 3 hits. No longer interested in going long, right? Pull this, and again, that one got tagged. We don't need that. Let's see. Our next target for the short is down at 85.36. Right there. Right there. Let's do some new fibs on this one. We're gonna run it down to here right now. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. 3 hits. Actually, I'll put that there. All right. Right there. So, euro pound. Let me go through euro pound with you guys real quick. So, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's do none, pound, and euro. All right. So, this is what we have in the next kind of couple days as far as big news. Okay, there's a lot of it out here, right? You're seeing there's a lot. Claim accounts were coming in better than higher than expected, right? You have CPI tomorrow, which is big. You have all the monetary policy, them raising interest rates. Again, both people are, right? Both 0.5s, but again, 3.5 to 2.5. And then the press conferences, right? So the 2 bits of data kind of wash itself out, and then we have all the Friday data. So for this one, I'm kind of looking for types, pullbacks that we can take this one short. Of the 2 nations, Europe, I still feel like has a lot of unknowns, and Europe's made some statements about how they're pretty much almost at neutral, that they may do a little bit more, but this could be really it. I feel like the pound knows where they're at. They're not in a great situation. It's starting to, they're seeing it come down. What by it, I mean like their inflation. The numbers are starting to come down, but at the same time, you're starting to see some positive data for there that's starting to creep out. So I kind of feel like the pound is probably getting close to that, like, I don't want to say rock bottom because they were obviously a little bit worse, but I feel like they're at the stage now where we're going to start to see a visible recovery with the pound, where the euro, I still feel like there's a lot of great unknowns. Again, I don't, the Ukraine situation is not over. And I can tell you right now, originally everybody's like, oh, you know what? We got plenty of gas for an average winter. But I keep everybody that, all the news that I keep seeing talks about how this year it's going to be an unusually cold year. That's not what we've heard as far as, what the supplies of natural gas is looking like. And I feel like this is something that is going to pop back up again. So I feel like Europe's going to have more problems than currently what's being forecasted and what's put in. So I'm really kind of look how to get short the euro pound. This is one of those levels where it's kind of a decent pullback level. Again, right now, if this is the bottom, it's been here before and it may continue and roll all the way back down. It may actually grind all the way down, but this is level. It's a decent base. It's kind of been there before. Put a lower high in, and again, very, very quick on news, found sellers, and then pushed in. So kind of looking for a trade setup here at 85.95, looking for a short back down again. It's not huge. It's like 9 for 28, or you can do 10 for 30 if you really want. I think it's I just like the play on this one. I don't think although Ukraine is not a big deal, I think we're going to hear more about it come this winter, particularly with people running out of gas and sanctioning and what it's doing to the economy. And again, the UK doesn't have the same type of issues. Euro yen. Obviously, this one pushed back down again. They say, why the heck did this go this way? Well, pretty simply, again, the yen. So yesterday we drew this one. We were sitting kind of up in here, right? Talking about we don't really have an entry. This was an old level here. Kind of looking for a new top. Like we hit it. We're like, oh. Well, all of a sudden here we started getting that failure to go higher. So this zone should have been actually here, right? But we're looking to get short. We mentioned this one for the rest of the week, looking for this one to go to the downside based off the data. We had 2 profit targets drawn. You can see if you had your profit target here, there's your 1, there's your 2, and we actually went even deeper, all the way past the 43. We had a little bit of confirmation there. What we do with it now, I would say, we can pull this off. I don't really care about it right now. Still looking for a Harry Potter trade to come through, right? Looking at this right here. Looking for a break of, you know what? Let's just do another one. Right there, so it stays on top. I hate how that does it sometimes. Like it's like no, I want you always in the front. Put there. And turn that green, and right there. There's my next position. Now, we talked about kind of having that retracement and seeing that in other pairs. I don't feel like this one's going to retrace as much. I feel like the 0.5, everybody's going to take that as a victory. And people are going to look at that, and that's going to be positive for the indices. That's it. The Fed is slowing down. They're not going to keep maintaining the 0.75. Even though they are raising it, it is going to make things more difficult for businesses. I do feel that that's what's going to be the change. And I feel like, again, I think we're going to see more yen strength. And again, the same reason why I'm looking to get short euro pound. I think euro yen is the same thing. So again, looking at a Harry Potter trade here. Right, looking for a Harry Potter, a break of the 50 going down to the 61.8. So again, it kind of matches up on a couple different ways. So, kind of like that one. Pound dollar. All right, so pound dollar. There's your 1, there's your 2, there's your 3, there's your 4, there's your 5. No longer interested in that trade. Again, if you were trading it off the original zone, you can see this one popped down, this one popped down. So multiple opportunities. I think I'm through this one. Actually, there was the original trade, but let's move it off now. Let's reset it. And again, no pullback, right? Europeans shot it down, gave us our reversal, and then just took off. It's like they knew, right? But much like the euro dollar, I do think we have some strength coming back in. I think there's your potential area right there. The question is that a bounce? Let's pull some of these old. Let's see. Nope. That's good. All right. Okay. Not as worried about it. All right. So looking for a parabolic retracement base move. If you guys, those of you that are taking the class, we're looking for some type of a confirmation on this one. And again, it may be something along these lines. We got a red, but we got a green push higher. So now we have our red. We kind of need our pullback, right? We kind of need our pullback. Hopefully this is not what turns and rolls us back down again, but it's possible that it does. Again, we're at the right time. So if you are getting short for this parabolic move, again, make sure that you kind of take yourself out here. This is where our buyers are going to step in. It's approximately, let's make sure this is flat. It is not. Close though. Make sure you get your target out at, or make sure you get your profit out of this one at 123.08. If you want to change it to, just make it 123.09. My address 2309. Again, definitely short this one. I think this is a great play as we see the basically the U.S. roll back up again. And again, ideally we can get down here for that pound data tomorrow as well. So we'll see if we can get a full parabolic retracement today. Pound yen. So we know we've had some pound strength come in, but at the same time, the yen. So Unfortunately, this one didn't give us the greatest opportunity up top. Again, we had that spike at about 2 o'clock in the morning. They forced it down, forced it back up. It's not really a candle we can draw off of, but you can see it just looks just like the other ones. Anything with a yen-based pair, it had driven the yen all the way up for the yen to come back down. And again, you may say, well, where's this coming from? It's, again, all this, right? So right now, we are at an interesting spot. We are pulling back down to the 61.8, and we are starting to run into a little bit of an area right here where it's like, could there be buyers stepping in? I'd say, yeah, potentially, right? We'll see if this holds. Remember, we need a reversal kind of confirmation in this one. You need that green, red, green candle formation to basically say that, listen, yep, we're at a reversal level. There is some buyers over there, but the way that it was kind of choppy with the time that it was formed, I don't necessarily love that the best. I mean, yeah, there's a zone there. Obviously, it took off, but it's not the best of zones. So I think the right way to play this one is a green, red, green confirmation. You can do it on a 15 or a 30. And again, it is quite a large parabolic move to the top side. Again, I do think we have pound strength coming back in. It's 125 pips up. So some decent movement on this one if you're able to, if you're able to get into this one. Dollar CAD. Also not surprised whatsoever. All right, dollar CAD, we were talking about shorts. We actually just kind of had a little bit of a pullback there. Didn't make it all the way down. See, it's the same thing. Look, from 5 o'clock, go, 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 go. 8:30, a little hiccup, and then just boom, collapse. So unfortunately, this is the pit back end got us up top. The aggressive entries got us in, or kept us out. And then look at this. We talked about yesterday. We were sitting right here. We talked about being short this one, looking for really negative data, and again, oil going back up and reinflating. Unfortunately, it just didn't give us a lot of great entries. So, yeah. It's kind of crappy, but it is what it is. So, where do we go now? We know that we're sitting. We know that we have kind of a racetrack all here. Let's change it to a different color, right? Yeah. That chop is weird. I don't like that as far as the zone goes. Yeah, it's reinflating. It's a shame that there's not really a zone over there. How much did we miss the target by? 8. Oil just broke 75 too. Normally, I would say we're getting a full move on this one. The problem is right now the normal factors that we use for a parabolic retracement is typically news. It's like, yeah, there we go, news, right? They use their gut to trade it, and then you reverse back again as people are taking profit. Problem with this one is, yes, I do think dollar strength rolls back in, but at the same time, you got CL breaking the 75 mark, right? Ugh. Not really a big fan of this one. I'd love to say, hey, we push all the way back up, but I just don't know if we can push back up with CL. I think we can. I think this is you're going to fight dollar strength with CL strength all on top of each other. I think that's the problem you're going to have with this one. So, that's something better than Swiss. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. There's your confirmation. Right. Again, this was we pushed through that yesterday. Let's move that. So, again, 5:30, 5 o'clock, 4:30 was the high. It reversed, it reversed, it reversed, it reversed. News came in here. So again, it's kind of like they knew the data already. It had already pushed. It already pushed 30 pips from the overnight. We talked about a Harry Potter break in 92 and 91. Unfortunately, it went all the way through without giving us a pullback. So yes, it did punch all the way down. The profit targets have been snagged on that one. I would say this one, I like the way this is forming right now. I do think this has the potential down here. Let's throw kind of a long position on there. And again, I still like to see the push up, the push back, and it failing to go any lower. And that's where we pull the trigger from. So it is only about 15 pips worth of risk, so it's not huge. 1 to 3 is sitting right there. And again, it's basically going back to where the old Harry Potter entry was. So, which is actually kind of fun. That's okay because that would be the old this is the violated zone, so that would make sense. It's kind of what we're looking at right now. Get the confirmation, right? We need a red candle to close. We'll get it in 20 minutes, and then if we get a green push above, that's where you pull the trigger. So this one looks something along these lines. And again, basically running into the violated zone, which is fine. There you go. All right. Sell again. Not surprised. And we talked about this one being high yesterday and looking for a little bit of a pushback to the downside. We also talked about 35. I said 35.25. It ended up breaking through, and now I was retracing again. We're going to leave that on there. Again, this one had the same type of overnight type action in it. Yeah. 5 o'clock is the reversal on this one. 8:30 is over here. It's like, wow, did they know? Did they have an idea? Yeah, I mean, right now we have 2 greens. So again, if we can get a red that doesn't go lower than the green here, and get that confirmation in. Again, we're looking for. You're looking for that pattern. If we can get that pattern, you got a lot of room to run here. And again, I would say make sure you take profit on the near side of this one. Again, it was an old level of buyers. It will be an area of sellers. Quite a push to the top side, 131 pips. So again, I don't know where the bottom is on this one, right? It could be there, right? That's probably not horrible. Using that 135, quite a bit of risk though. Something along those lines. Right. Something along those lines. But again, I want to see the green push, the red pullback that doesn't lower the green, and then obviously a green close on the other side. That's your confirmation that we do have a trend reversal. And again, parabolic move all the way up. Cryptos, again, they're up big right now. Look at Bitcoin. Woo! Right? I mean, obviously it makes sense. TLT also, yeah, nice little gap higher. Why? Because again, everybody's taking this as dollar weakness. Let's look at over here at CL. So CL, we talked about 47, 45. You can see our 40, 45, 40, 74, 75. And you can see we kind of got front run a little bit here. We hit it and pulled back again, hit it. And we're fighting in that level right now. The first sell we have is up here at 77.37 or 77.35. I really don't want it to go that high. I'm just kind of like, yeah, I feel like that's going to jack our gas prices. Although interesting enough, we have kind of a weird phenomenon happening where I live right now. So everybody minus one place is raising their gas. So we've watched it go up everywhere else except one. Our Sam's Club, it's 309 right now. Don't know why. Don't know how. It was 319 last week. It was 309. Yes, yesterday, Sunday, whatever. I think most of it up Sunday. Yeah, 309. Everywhere else, 340. So I'm not sure how they have it that much cheaper. I don't know how Sam's Club works. If they like buy it and then it's like, yep, if they do it like marinas do it, right? You guys know how marinas do it, right? Like they don't fluctuate with like the average prices. They basically whatever they buy it for and put it in there, it stays there until they get rid of it. They don't change the prices. They don't take a loss on it. Like it's not marina gas is not, I guess, a money making thing because of taxes or something weird with it like that. But it's like whatever it goes in, that's what it goes. It'll sit there for all summer, right? Because a marina, it's not like there's a gas station in every corner, right? It's kind of like, nope, you need gas, you get it right here, right? That's what it is. We fill it up, you put it in, that's it. You just pay whatever you pay. I don't know if Sam's Club does it that way or not, but I'm not sure how it's 30 cents cheaper, but it is. But right now, that's still where I'm looking. 77.30. Oops, not what I wanted to do. 77.35. I think we're still looking for that level up top. God, I don't want it to go there, but I think it's going. Natural gas. Yeah, it pulled down, and then the day recycled, and now we're pushing back up again. So I was hoping we could fill the gap. We got it about 2/3 of the way there, and then reversed. Right now, we do know we're at the 78.6 on the original push. There are some sellers up here. Again, we got some testing coming in right. Oh, man, right there. right? So a level just a little bit above. Maybe we see it push up. I just find it really, really hard. I think we're going to hear more about this one. Oh, here you go. There you go. Natural gas on demand is bitter cold set to roll into the United States, right? Let's see. Freezing the southeast, the single digits, right? Great, lovely. Woohoo! Yeah. Global warming, guys. Global warming. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah. So, whoops. Back. So, I feel like natural gas is one of those things. I think we went polar pig over the weekend. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Jeff, it could, but that's again, it goes back to what I said about Europe, right? They're like, nah, our stockpiles are good, right? We're fine, nothing to worry about here, right? But at the same time, I feel like that's not necessarily a fair assessment of what we should be kind of worried about, right? Right. I just feel that again, they're going to say at any moment. By the way, all the models we had, all the remember when we told you we were good storage wise, everything was safe, right? That was based off the averages, and I said this when they mentioned it before, the averages. That my opinion is yes, you're basing it off averages, but we've had unusually warm winters the last couple of years. If you just take the average, it should be colder this winter than it was before. Because again, remember that's what averages are, right? You can have things that swing in either direction. But what everybody's talked about is we're going to have a cold, like a unusually cold winter this year. So I'm like, I don't understand. So we're seeing it now. I just feel like again, if we're having it here, we're going to start hearing the story more about Europe. And basically, I'm expecting a headline that it says, "Hey, you know, we're meeting for emergency gas rationing because it's colder than what the models are saying." Right? Is kind of what I'm looking for. Um, Yeah, I think that's what's coming. So as far as what we do natural gas right now, I think we do have an area of sellers. We do have some confirmation coming in up here. If you guys are looking to get in this one, I think 719.5 is probably the level that you're looking for. Yeah, I mean it's like kind of like, oh god, what do we do with this one? Yeah, I mean that's about all I got. Again, I really just don't want to put a top on this one. I think this one has the ability to go higher. Thankfully, I have enough gas right now. I'm not gonna have to buy it for a while. Hopefully till like February, March. But yeah, not fun. Gold, gold. Not surprised. And again, we did get a little push up, but I would say right now, I mean, gold really opened here and it closed. It didn't. We were looking for kind of a concerted push, and it didn't. It went down and then immediately went up. So it gave us the fake, but again, it didn't give us the fake that we were really looking for here. But not surprised. Again, it was kind of like again they knew pull these levels off, look for a top in it. I would say gold is probably in the same scenario, right? We're gonna adjust this down to there. Put one there. We're gonna put one there. Man, these are way off. So sometimes I'm good at this. Sometimes not so much. There you go. Let's see. Let's take this and see if we can get a. There's a reversal there. Let's see. Come on. Oh, it's a crappy level. I'll pull these off to keep it fresh. So we know we're in an area where we have some selling coming in. I would say this one also, again, look for a reversal. Right now, it really hasn't decided this is going to be at the top. Right now, both candles are literally at the exact same spot. So it's not it's not set, for lack of a better word. Um, hmm. I think this has the ability to go a little bit higher. I don't see the confirmation yet, but I do think this one turns and rolls back down. I would say that again, look for this to continue down. With everybody being super weak, I wouldn't be surprised if Powell makes a statement tomorrow with the 50 and says, "Yeah, we're going to do 50 again next time because we need to go beyond what normal is." And people are like, "No, we should hold it right here." I think he says we go beyond. So I think that's probably standard. Again, silver, we were looking for a pop. We got it. Again, European session did all it did was kind of it threw it back down, but it was kind of like nobody was believing it. It's like nah. So it did. It overall, I would say that it did push to the downside in there right before news. And again, the pop, we talked about $24. You can see where it's turning right now. I'll pull these off just to get it out. Oops, cancel. Again, it's not going to hold those. But silver's putting the top in and trying to do the work. But again, silver, if you're taking a short now, get yourself out right there. Silver will lead gold. And look, you can see it already looks like, numbers wise, it looks like it's starting to turn. Why? Silver should be double what gold is. Gold's up 2.7, silver's up 2.25. So it looks like it's already starting to reverse back to the downside. So if you were short, again, not necessarily a bad trade. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah. Tesla getting crushed. Apple already reversing as well. And look, I can tell you all the indices are reversing as well. Yeah, look at that. So mentioned this yesterday, 8:30, and pulling back again. So the realization of this one was like, wait a second, why? I don't understand. Why is this going down? Well, it's a lot of profit taking. That would be the number one reason, right? And there's your red, there's your green, there's your red confirmation. And it's going to push back down to the 4055. The reason why is they're going to still raise interest rates, right? Let's see if there's a headline for it. As gas prices fall. I love that. Gas prices is falling. No, not really. Look. Yep. Gas prices are falling, right? Seal's up 1.8%. So down from its peak, but that's where we're at. Gas prices are falling. Yeah. So again, I think we come back down to 40.55. Wouldn't be surprised if we actually, get down and close in the red today. Again, the initial burst in there, everybody's out. Everybody's like, yeah, that's it. This is great. Sell it. You're seeing it. Obviously, today's not going to make any difference. Your 930 candles right here. A little bit of a little red here. You should already be in a parabolic retracement move, so it really doesn't qualify. CPI is way too big of a deal right now to be able to trade this for an opening print. It would have been a news-based trade, and really the way that it was rallying higher over here. Again, I'm just not really surprised that it was a big perky day, but don't be surprised if we actually close in the red. If this actually breaks to the low for the morning. If we retrace all the way back down to 40.55. NQ, same burst. Again, this one hasn't pulled back at all, but kind of the same thing. Make sure you collect your profit right here on that reversal. And again, basically rinse and repeat tomorrow what we're seeing today. I think it's the same. I think it's the same deal. Right? I think it's the same deal. YM has actually almost already retraced it. It is the weakest of all of them at 0.9. Yeah, I mean, there you go. There's your full retracement, and with the other two, we're probably going to get down and look to. The question is, can we get negative on this one? Can this actually turn red on the day? I can tell you right now, it's red off the open, right? The open is 9:30, is this candle. There's the open. So, yeah, it's nice that it is still in the green from yesterday's close, but it's been nothing but straight down. So anybody that bought this late as a retail trader, wah, 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 you lost a lot of money. Russell. It's so funny. Russell's got a gap in there. Russell's halfway. Russell's going to do the same exact thing. It's going to come all the way down right here. Right. I'm not at 1833. There you go. So, and again, red, green. You can see there's the pattern right there. The red, green, red. Right. There's your confirmation. right? Now, it doesn't mean you need to take that full amount of risk, but there's your red, green, red close below the green, and you can see it's deteriorating on a back again. So again, all the indices are in parabolic retracement mode, as pretty much everything will be. Again, you can see the dollar really starting to put that bottom in there at that 9:15, 9:30. U.S. session open, and we're seeing the dollar start to retrace and inflate itself back up again. Crude, again, we know we have some sellers up in this area. We talked about it yesterday. Natural gas also continuing to just grind to get there. You can see gold and silver are basically, again, they're almost identical right now, up 0.204, up 0.216, right? Or actually, 215. Silver also starting to, you can see it's up, but deeper in the retracement. So, yeah. So that's it for today. As I said, obviously CPI was a big thing that every single person was looking for. Look at this. It slowed sharply, right? I'm still not happy that it's 7% in a year. And like I said, I think the year over year, the past 12 months is the wrong way to look at it. Like I said, it peaked here, but that's because we were playing catch up over the previous year. Do it over a 2-year mark, and then let me know how much it's been over 2 years, right? But I think the yearly mark is this is data that you could use to make it, sway the headlines, right? So, all right, let's go ahead and do the drawing for today. So, 6 of you in, 8 tickets purchased. Who do we got in here? We got Will, we got Debbie, we got Marina. We're missing the Neuromeister today. We're missing the Neuromeister. We got Eki, and we're missing Sean. Sean's probably under 6 feet of snow. If it's cold here, Michigan is freezing. You guys know Sean's from upstate Michigan, so when I joke about where Sean's from, it's probably probably slightly cold. Sean's from upstate Michigan, so when we joke, Sean's already had snow like 3 times this year. All right, it keeps melting a couple days later, but yeah. All right, let's close it down. So Neuro is missing out. So there is no Neuro winning today. Hopefully he's not sick. He probably is. All right, everybody knows he's sick right now. All right, winner today's drawing is Ernest takes it. So Neuro is going to be very mad. Not only did Neuro miss getting an entry today, but Ernest won. So Ernest is Grinching the Christmas today, baby. Where's Ernest? Ernest, what's the temperature down there you now? I know when we say like bliss, you see something that says, bliss, where did I see that? That was on ES, right? No, it was natural gas, right? Yeah. Bitter cold. Freezing in the southeast. I don't think you're considered south central, right? It says particularly Texas. Here you go. The systems need very close monitoring since there's the potential the Arctic front advances deep into the southern U.S., particularly Texas, where crippling cold could arrive across ERCOT. What the heck is ERCOT? I don't know what ERCOT is. Just stormy. I don't know what ERCOT is. Anyway, my sister's in Austin, so it's kind of funny. Like Texas, I don't fly that way because there's an ice storm every time I go down there in the winter. So 60 degrees. 60's nothing. That's not blistering cold. I mean, that's cold, I guess, for Texans, but, for up here, Reese would be in shorts going to school at 60. He's like that. It's above 50. I'm wearing shorts. So, all right. With that said, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Again, we got a lot of stuff coming in the next 24 hours. Again, I think pound is going to be a great thing to trade in the overnight. Tomorrow morning, again, it may be a little bit slower as the market prepares, but again, everybody's going to be talking in the next 24 hours literally about this, right? Fed funds, right? How much are they raising it? Are they not raising it? CPI was bad. Are they done? They're still raising it. So we'll see what it comes in. Deep in the heart of Texas, always good, is the electricity grid, Electric Reliability Council of Texas. Oh, okay. You see, I didn't know that. So, like I said, I don't keep up with all that Texas jargon. So, all right. Well, I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. You guys stay warm. Hopefully, nobody else is sick besides, my little circle right here. And like I said, I'm putting myself in a bubble at this point because everybody is sick in my house now. So, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good trading. If you need anything, shoot me a message on Discord, and I'll catch you then. Take care.